Hello, children. In a world. Hey. Hi. How are you? Howdy. I'm John Solo. This is little Alyssa Gramling. And you are here for yet another episode of the Ramblin Gramling
Gremlin?
Show. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't spell words. I don't.
You don't say words right
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. This is a show where we go over all the audiobook romance releases of the week. There's always a lot of releases. And I'm saying that about the books, not anything else. At the end of the show, we go over what little Alyssa Gramling listened to this week. She has a bullet rating system. It often involves needing potassium and electrolytes. It's a wonderful thing. So it appears to me that you're announcing to the world that you are a fan of Georgia. Is that correct?
Oh, they should already know.
Right. I can see this now. So is that Go Dogs? Is that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm making sure. I'm not very good at these things. Didn't OSU, my team, kick your ass this last year? Did that happen? I'm just checking. I can't remember.
I think so.
That must have hurt a great deal for you.
Yeah, coming off of 2 straight undefeated streaks to lose to
The best team in the world? Yeah, it's gotta hurt a little bit.
Yeah, we lost to Alabama, so.
Oh, that seems extra bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about sports ball, but I know that Georgia hates Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just making sure. Thank you for putting all of this together today. We've got a bunch of releases to go through once again, a couple audio clips, and you know how I love that. Let's get into it here. The first release of the week, Breaking Rules with Travis, the North Avenue Live Guys, Book 3 by Sophia Nix, narrated by Jameson Adams and Nathan Kelly. After that, we had
2 Daddies for Henry, Daddies and Littles by T.L. Travis, narrated by Dan Levy.
After that, we had A Home for His Omega, Hobson Hills Omega's Book 11 by C.W. Gray, narrated by Zachary Zaba. Then we had
Once Upon a Christmas Song by Mary Colmay, narrated by Gary Furlong.
Nice. I miss you, Gary. After that, we had Inviting Bedlam, Demon Bound Book 2 by Gray Bryan, narrated by Michael Ferrero.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Yeah. Then we had
Shoot First, Kiss Later by Alice Winters. They've got a surprise author this week. And narrated by Michael Ferriolo and Nick Caruso.
Just to be clear, this is one of the romantisodes. Is that what that is? Excellent. I knew they were bringing in guest authors. That's wonderful. After that, we had Teddy, Elite 8 Studios Book 5 by Amy Sanders, narrated by Nick J. Russo. Then we had our first audio clip of the day. Let me pull it up here, kick back and relax.
Hey there, John and Melissa. This is Kevin Earlywine.
And Cole Michael Kurtz.
Thanks for having us on Ramblin Gramblin to talk about our latest audiobook release, My Big Gay Secret Wedding, written by D.K. Sutton.
That feeling when you wake up married to your best man. When my almost wedding to a popular media influencer implodes and goes viral, we head to Vegas to drown our sorrows and hide from the paparazzi. Everything is under control, right? But then I wake up naked, hungover, and married to my straight best friend. A quick annulment is the perfect solution, until it's not. I need to break free from my controlling father and stay in med school to gain access to my trust fund, and the truth about my mother's disappearance. The only way to do that is to prove my independence. Mac and I agreed to pretend our accidental marriage was intentional. Pretend Mac isn't exactly straight. Pretend I'm madly in love with my best friend. The hard part? All this pretending feels way too real. Every kiss and touch from Mac feels more authentic than the last, making it difficult to hide how much I want our marriage to be forever. Mac has been the only constant in my life, my best friend, my whole world. But with our divorce only a signature away, I risk losing everything, Mac included. Can what happened in Vegas be forever?
My Big Gay Secret Wedding, written by D.K. Sutton, is a low-angst MM romance and the third book in the Wedding Disasters series.
You know what's never happened to me accidentally, not once?
Marrying your best friend?
Yep, never. And I'm not. By the way, baby, if you're listening out there, I love you, and you are my best friend. No, that's happened. But no, my gay best, like, it's not. Anyways, yeah, I want what they're having. I'll take
Yeah,
two.
and he's straight.
Of course
Yeah.
he is. Everybody's a little gay. Anyways, next we had, and by the way, guys, thanks for sending that in. We love you. Rise of One, Blood Brute Book 1 by Dixon Ruel, narrated by Ivar Scott, or Ivar, or, I don't know. Yeah. Next we had,
Fuck, Mary, Kill Me, Daddy. Okay. Murder Daddy, Book 1 by Lansdale. Narrated by little Kevy Earlyline.
nice. Then we had The Muse's Undoing, Doorman of the Upper East Side, Book 2 by August Jones, narrated by Zachary Johnson and Ellis Evans. I'm sure this is good, but I've never imagined before. Like we used to say back in the Dream Spinner days, like throw a dart at the board and you'll get the professions of the two people. You know, you got the doctor and the lawyer, or the policeman and the fireman. And never once have I seen doormen. Never
No.
once. That's an original one. Thank you very much for that. After that, we had When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vita Kelly, narrated by Lee Osorio and Joel De La Fuente. Then
Thank
we
you.
had
Once Upon You and Me by Timothy Janowski, narrated by Anthony Myatt.
That's the best part of our show. Then we had The Fake Dating Game and Once Upon You and Me by Timothy Janowski, narrated by Mark Sanderlin and Anthony Myatt. Then we had
There's a Bat in My Room. Brunswick Story by Michelle Naturo, narrated by Kurt Graves.
Then we had Lot 62 from Nothing, Book 2. Nordica Night, narrated by Brandon Francis and Gabriel Michael. So Lot 60, is that like, we have rest areas in Ohio, and truck drivers will park at the rest areas, and people that need to make money and are down and out, they'll wander from truck to truck. And anyways, after that, we had the next audio clip of the day. Let me pull this up, make sure I get the right one this time. Here we go.
Hey, this is Tim Page.
And this is Liam DeCosimo.
And we're really excited because Simplicity by Nicole Dykes is out now.
Yeah,
or like
it's
super
out.
soon.
Yeah.
It's out. And we're really excited because it's part of the Kensley Panthers series. And we love this series. We've been working on this one together
for a while now. And this is part of Oakley's Crew, which is sort of like a spin-off from the Panthers series itself. And it's just a lot of fun. Like we actually just closed on another book in that series, but Simplicity kind of kicks it off. And I mean, I'm biased, but I love working with my best friend Tim. So it's always good when we get to dive into, any book together. But Nicole writes a really fun, entertaining, and like heartfelt series. So this one's great. Absolutely highly recommend you guys dive in and check it out.
Yeah, so check it out. Available right now. Simplicity by Nicole Dykes, narrated by Tim Page and Liam DeCosmo. Check it out.
Let's go.
Thanks for sending that in, guys. Spider-Man himself. And
they were doing their little video podcast, or not video. I think it's just a regular podcast, and they recorded that for me. So
nice. Well, you're kind of a big deal.
I'm just a very nice person.
Yeah, you're very sweet. Next, thanks for sending that in, guys. We do appreciate it. Next, we had It's Complicated, Legacy Mechanics Book 2 by Willow Dixon, narrated by Iggy Toma, and once again, Spider-Man himself, Tim Page. Then we had
A Rune of Shattered Secrets, a Magic and Marvels novel, Book 2 by Max Walker, narrated by Simon Dornay and John Fertulo.
Then we had Dysfunctional, a Dysfunctional series, Book 1 by Isabel Lucero, narrated by Jay Tipstone and Mac Ray. After that, we had
Horribly Harry. Okay. Bad Boyfriends Inc. Book 2 by Lisa Henry and Sarah Honey, narrated by Grant Cartwright.
And then we had Savage, Park Avenue Kings, Book 1 by Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank, narrated by Sean Masters and Liam DeCosmo. Then we had, good Lord, there's a lot this week.
Yeah, A Sensible Gentleman, a Regency gay romance short story by Gabby Gray, and narrated by Michael Furiolo.
After that was Diamond in the Rough, Krellick Revival by C.W. Gray, narrated by Zachary Zaba. Then we had
Sent to the Ranch, Carrillo, okay, Ranch Book 1, I'm guessing. It just didn't give me a number.
It's a Book.
It's a book by Brina Brady and narrated by Jason Talbot.
And finally, we had Puck Love. That's how you have to say that. The Elmwood Stories, Book 6, narrated or written by Lane Hayes. Lane could probably narrate too, though. She's a badass. Narrated by Nick J. Russo. Finally, what everyone has come here for today. This week, it only took us 11 minutes to get to it. What little Lissa Gramling listened to this week, I'll flip over, and I promise I won't say a thing.
You say that every time. Okay. SMS SOS. It was one of the romanticodes with the Nick and Michael. I gave this one 3 bullets. Well, 2.5, maybe. It's not really big on spicy level, but there is flirting. Alex mistakenly sends the wrong text message to the wrong right person, wrong person. He meant to send it to his best friend, but he ends up sending it to the guy he has a crush on. And then the guy asks him to come over so they can talk. Nick and Michael did really great with this one. I loved it, and it makes me giggle when Nick, in a deep voice, gets all sensual and flirty in books. But I just love these episodes, and like I said, this one doesn't get too spicy, but there's a hint of it.
Nice. I'm sure it's great. The sound effects, how are they coming along, and the music and all that? Do you like that? Do you like what they're doing with it?
Yeah. At least there's no kissy noises now.
Did Nick at any time go, "Hello, children"?
No.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to do that. He does it really well, by the way.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you for putting this together this week. I do appreciate it. We will be back around next week once again for another episode of Little Lissa Gramling Needs Potassium. Have fun.
Hi.
Ta-da!